Whether you just recently started your blog or you've been blogging on the side for some time and want to get your blog to the next level, you're gonna need real goals in order to get you there. If you want to generate more income from your blog, if you want more readers, more followers on a social media channel, the only way to get there is by setting real goals that are attainable, realistic, and have a clear path to getting you to where you want to be. I'm Ryan Robinson. I've been blogging here on ryerob.com for more than 10 years now, and I've learned a thing or two about how to set goals that are going to allow you to succeed with your blog. Whether you want more traffic, more income from your site, or you're looking to make the leap from blogging part-time to being a full-time blogger. The only way to get there is by having real, attainable goals that are measurable and can be achieved in realistic frames of time. I remember back when I quit my last day job and I went full-time on my blog, and yeah, it was a little bit scary, but I had a lot of confidence in where I was going with my blog because I had seen momentum and I had clear goals that I was working towards every single day. And here's the thing, blogging goals give you a clear path to achieving what you want from your blog. So in this video today, we're going to walk through not only the importance of having goals in the first place for your blog, but how to actually set those and to make sure that they're realistic, that they're measurable, and that they're actually going to allow you to succeed the types of goals you want to accomplish with your blog. So let's do it. First and foremost, why do you need goals for your blog anyway? Well, think of yourself as the captain of a ship. If you are manning the wheel and you don't know exactly where you're going or how long you want it to take you to get there, you're going to be lost at sea. And you don't want to be lost at sea with your blog. You want to have a really clear course of action, and your blogging goals are the end destination that you want to eventually get to. And how you get there is going to be dictated by the actions that you take that ladder up to achieving your goals. And we're talking exactly about that in this video. That brings us to the SMART goals framework, S-M-A-R-T. That stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. All of the goals that we set for our blog here today need to fall under these 5 criteria in order to be something that are meaningful to work towards for your blog. Step number 1 in setting goals for your blog is choosing specific goals. How much money do you want to make from your blog? How much traffic would you like to see? How many email subscribers do you aspire to have? How many social media followers? How often do you want to post to your blog? How much traffic would you like to see specifically from SEO, from major search engines out there? How many guest posts would you like to write each month? How many backlinks would you like to acquire for your site over the next 6 months? Instead of saying vague things like, I'd like to make more money from my blog, or I want to just get more traffic, focus on specific goals. Say that you'd like to earn $1,000 a month from your blog, or maybe you'd like to reach 10,000 monthly readers within the next 6 months. And it's important that as you're setting these goals for yourself, you are looking at what you yourself actually want to achieve. Don't just look at what other people say they want to accomplish with their blogs, but think about what you want. What's going to be a measurable change in your life? How do you see your blog playing a role in your life? Some examples of great specific goals you could set today for, say, the first year of your blog could be to publish a new piece of content every week. It could be, by the end of your first year, hitting about 25,000 readers a month. It could be earning $30,000 in your first year of blogging, reaching 10,000 email subscribers, maybe doubling your social media following on a platform where your readers are active, getting half of your traffic from Google or other major search engines, and even something like increasing your domain authority by 10 points in your first year of blogging. These may not be your exact goals, but feel free to use them as a launching off point and consider them if they're something that makes sense for you in your own blogging journey. Step number 2 is choosing measurable goals. Now, all of the goals we've talked about so far are pretty easy to measure. You'll know if you're publishing as frequently as you want. You'll see how much traffic is coming to your site with a tool like Google Analytics. You'll know how much income is hitting your bank account. But at this stage, it's really helpful to break your goals down into much smaller, specific increments that are going to be easier to measure on the time frame of days or weeks. That's going to make your goals feel more real and more attainable, something that you can work towards each and every day. Let's take a look at the income goal. Let's say you want to earn $40,000 from your blog in your first year. Let's break that down into months, weeks, even days so that you have a clear picture of what you can do today to get closer to achieving that goal. That $40,000 in 1 year is $3,333 per month. That's about $109 each day. And keep in mind that maybe your blog isn't earning anything right now, or maybe it's earning only $50 a day. And closer to the end of the year, maybe your site's going to be earning more like $200 a day. So it's okay to make up for those gaps as your site grows over time. And the growth progression in those goals might look something like $60 a day as a goal in September, $80 a day in October, and $100 a day in November. Something that ladders you up as your site's growing and gets you to that goal you want to achieve. Something to remember about blogging too is that you're going to pick up momentum as you go. It'll be more difficult to go from 0 to 5,000 readers than it's going to be to get from 10,000 to 25,000. Your momentum will breed more momentum. That's just simply how it works. So you have to put in the work in the early days, and then you'll reap the benefits as time goes on and you continue to deliver on those activity goals like publishing your blog posts and working hard to promote your content and bring more readers to your site. Step number 3 is picking achievable goals to go after. We all want to shoot for the stars. That's tempting. You see how other bloggers who've been at this for longer than you are already performing, and you want to achieve those same kinds of results. But the reality is that blogging is a long-term investment. It takes time. And unless you have some sort of audience or a day job or partners that'll allow you to really amplify your growth potential, it's going to take time. You have to build the baseline of audience in order to begin monetizing and then get more traffic back to your blog as well. But you can be confident that the work you're putting in today will reap rewards in the months and years to come. You're not going to rank #1 in Google search results for an article that you just published yesterday. You're not going to have 1 million social media followers in the next few weeks, and you're probably not going to attract thousands of people to your email list in a matter of months either. These things take time for the vast majority of people, and setting yourself up with unrealistic goals is the fastest track to eventually giving up on your blog and throwing in the towel altogether. So how do you know if the goals you're setting are achievable and realistic? Well, to be honest, the answer is going to vary from blogger to blogger. The first thing you need to do is to take inventory of where you're at right now. Look back at that traffic goal, that income goal, email subscribers, social media, whatever the kinds of goals are that you're setting and want to track. Take clear inventory of where you are today. Write exactly down where you're at so that you have a baseline to begin tracking your growth from. If you've been at this for a little bit, ask yourself how far you've come since you began your blog. Take a look at all of the statistics you've been tracking. See what your traffic growth looks like. Measure how much income you're generating from your site and how that trajectory is looking so that you can begin to project what looks realistic moving forward. If there were periods of time where you saw more success on your blog, more traffic, more income, take a look back at the things you were doing at that point in time that were leading to those amplified results. If you have a full-time job and you're pretty busy at work right now and you're currently only getting about 1 post per month up on your personal blog, is it a realistic goal to set for yourself publishing 4 or 5 articles a month? Maybe it is, but maybe it isn't. You need to consider your own personal time constraints and the other commitments you have in your life when you're taking into account setting these kinds of goals. If your goal is to make $40,000 from your blog in your first year, but right now you're not currently generating any income from the site, maybe that isn't the most achievable, realistic way to begin thinking about income from your site. Maybe instead you want to set the goal of, by reaching the end of the year, earning $1,000 in 1 single month. That would be a realistic, achievable place to start if you're going to be allocating a good amount of time to publishing content and promoting your work and bringing readers into your site. The 4th step in setting goals for your blog is to choose relevant goals. Again, don't just pick what other bloggers seem to be chasing or setting their goals as. You want to choose goals that are going to be most relevant to you and to your life and for your own personal blog. Maybe it doesn't matter at all to have many followers on Twitter. Maybe you want to focus instead on building up an audience on Instagram. Or maybe social media doesn't matter at all. You just want to do guest blogging and get a column on a major publication in your niche in order to drive traffic to your site. Maybe income isn't that important at this stage and you just want to focus on driving a lot of traffic and building up your email list. Or on the other hand, maybe you don't care about an email list and you just want to see how you can generate income passively from your blog without having to interact that much with other people. There's a lot of nuance to deciding what kinds of goals are relevant for you, but I encourage you to look inward and see what your most important motivating factors are for starting your blog in the first place, and try and tap into goals that connect with satisfying those deep desires. Step number 5 is to make sure your goals are time-bound. That's going to be the way to keep yourself on track with growing your blog and see the way that you're making progress or where you need to pick up some slack. Think about it this way. If you're treating your blog as a real business, similar to how it would be if you had a job, then you would have due dates, right? You would need to publish a blog post, say, by Friday at 3 p.m., before the end of the week when you head out for the weekend. In order to succeed as a blogger, you need to have some sort of discipline for yourself. And I encourage you to set actual real deadlines on your calendar for the kinds of activity goals that are going to ladder up towards your bigger, more important goals. And something like setting a deadline each week or every other week for publishing a blog post on your site is a really healthy way to encourage that commitment to achieving your larger goals. Goals are simply destinations. Smart habits are the vehicles for actually getting you there. For example, you know that in order to build a profitable blog, you're going to have to create and promote your content. However, when you take a look at your actual schedule, your calendar, are you creating the time to work on your site and to work on guest posting or promoting your content on social media or in other forums online in order to bring those readers back? Are you setting aside that time in your day and in your week? Or are you instead trying to just fit it in here and there into your overly busy schedule? Now, it's okay if there's going to be some seasonality to your life and how much you're able to commit to your blog. Be kind to yourself. It's not realistic to expect that you can show up every single day for a set number of hours like some sort of robot. We're not productivity robots. However, setting real time-bound goals for your growth is the only way to make sure that you're going to make progress towards your goals each week, each month, and have something to look at and readjust your goals if you need to. And the backbone for making all of this happen is to create a blog planner for yourself. And if you click the link below in the description of this video, you'll hop over to my site where you can grab my own blog planner template for you. It's a bundle of resources that'll help you set the right kinds of goals and create a schedule for yourself that ladder up to achieving those goals. You'll get brainstorming prompts for blog topics, a keyword research checklist, an SEO checklist, a content promotion checklist, my own content calendar template to use for yourself, and also a weekly to-do list of things that you can be doing to grow your blog on a daily basis. Let's get out there and set some goals for your blog. Good luck.